Good morning. Good morning. All right. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's really nice to see you. Um, see you. And let's see, we're going to do a couple of moves. Hey, Danielle. Thanks for joining. We're going to do a couple of gentle movements to get started this morning. Take your right hand down by your side, wherever you're sitting, and lift your left arm up alongside your head. Take a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, lean out and over towards your right. And on your next inhale, lift both arms up to frame your head. As you exhale, take your left arm down and reach out and over towards the left with that right hand. Good. Full breath in, lift both arms up. As you exhale, twist to your right. Take your left arm forward and down. Take your right arm behind you. Full breath in, lift your chest slightly, and as you exhale, twist around towards your right. On your next inhale, lift your arms back up to frame your head. And as you exhale, twist around towards your left, taking your right arm forward and down and your left arm behind you. Just like a little kickstand. Full breath in. Full breath out. And on your next breath in, lift your arms up to frame your head. And as you exhale, lower both arms down, please. Thank you. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Andres. Thanks for joining us. So we just did a little movement, so stretching a little bit from side to side helps to release a little bit of these side nadis, the side lines, which hold a lot of our air and space qualities, which when they're aggravated, such as times of change, including seasons, when they're aggravated, we start to feel a little more anxious and we start to feel edgy and um, distracted. And I have a feeling that we're all kind of feeling like that right now. So if you're in your work as well, like sitting at your desk a lot these days, get up and take some side stretches. It tends to help wake you up and to help increase your concentration. The twists are always nice. It's just helping to release the spine in all directions. Speaking of which, let's do a couple of cat cows. So on your inhale, and these are just seated cat cows. On your inhale, lift your chest, look slightly up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, round your spine, take your chin in towards your chest. And just do that 2 more times. Breathe in and out. It's also nice to have a couple of movements before you get started to sit and back down. Good. And then coming into a neutral position. Great. We are going to start this morning with Nadi Shodhana, alternate side nostril breath. It is a really great go-to breath at this time of year. And I think pretty much I probably do this breath at least once a day when I start my meditation practice. And then sometimes during the day when I need to refocus or calm my nervous system. So I'm going to teach the hand position for people when you're first getting started. If this is something your typical practice you use naturally, you can either go ahead and get started without me, or you can place those peace fingers on your thumb mound, and then we'll place the thumb and ring fingers at the face. So if you're just getting started with Nadi Shodhana, sometimes it's helpful to use your right hand. I'm mirroring you. Use your right hand and place your peace fingers on your forehead. This kind of gives you a sort of resting place. And then let your thumb go to the right nostril flare, just above the flare, and it's barely pressing in. And then your ring finger and somewhat of the pinky goes to the left nostril flare, right? And we'll block the left nostril flare and breathe in through the right. So start like that, and you can keep watching for the example first. And then block both nostrils. Again, it's gentle. You don't need to do a lot to hold your breath, as you can see. And then on your exhale, you unblock the left side and let the breath move out through the left nostril. Now you breathe back in through that left side. Hold, block both nostrils, and breathe out through the right. Now, this practice is typically done with your eyes closed. So if you started observing me with your eyes open, go ahead and close your eyes. Keep your hand right where it is. Close your eyes. Now you breathe in through the right nostril. Hold, block both nostrils when you get to the top of that inhale. Keep the right nostril closed and breathe out through the left side. That's right. And then breathe back in through the left side. Hold, block both nostrils. And exhale out the right. So now I'd like you to continue like that with your alternate side nostril breath. And what you'll notice as you're doing this, whether you're a novice or you've been practicing this for a long time, you begin to get the mechanics, and then that aspect of the practice kind of falls away, and you start to notice more of the subtleties of the practice. How the breath moves in to the nostril on one side, the gentle pressure as you pause at the top of that inhale. And breath moves out through the opposite side. And you might notice the temperature as you breathe back in through the side you just exhaled from. You might notice that the temperature of the air feels a little bit more cool, a little more fresh. And when you hold block at the top of your inhale, you might take a little bit of a pause, almost just one beat, if you will. And feel the warmth of the exhale on the opposite side. You may notice that the breath in starts to become a little bit more smooth in the intake. And the pause can linger. You may hear internal sound or notice the peace of the pause. And the exhale might start to extend a little bit longer. And as you grow more adept at this, you begin to sense that it's not just the breath that you're drawing in, but the energy that comes with the breath. Continue for just another couple of rounds, please. And you may notice that you really are starting to redirect your senses towards that internal energy, so that your nervous system is no longer seeking in the outside world input for your survival. It is now all of that energy of the nervous system and the mind is turned inward. The next time that you happen to be exhaling out the right side, so completing a round one full round of Nadi Shodhana breath. Next time you happen to be exhaling out the right side, I'd like you to go ahead, keep your eyes closed, please, and lower that right hand down to your thigh or your knee. Good. And what you'll notice now is that your breath starts to adjust a little bit. You may even do a little bit of a and keeping the eyes closed or the gaze lowered, soft. Right? It immediately allows the nervous system to stop seeking the view outward. We've really been redirecting our senses inward with that breath, and we start to have all the other sensations inside, feeling and scanning the body for physical sensations. Maybe scanning wasn't even necessary for some physical sensations, they just pop right back up into the present. You may taste the morning in your mouth, whatever that might be, or smells. The last of our senses for instance, right before we drop into sleep, the last of the senses that fall away is our ability to hear. So allow your hearing to have its ability to know that the room and the noises in and outside of your space are there, but also purposefully turn that sense inward so that you hear and see what's happening with the energy of your mind. Redirection of your senses inward at first is almost overwhelming for your nervous system. It's like you've put all of that energy into a small space and it's seeking an escape. Mentally say to yourself, there is no need to escape. This is right where I need to be right now. My energy needs to turn in and focus on the most important thing. My ability to find peace and stillness within. And allow yourself a kind of a deep breath in and out, like a sigh, as if you've just settled into that most comfortable seat at the end of a long, hard work day. So allow yourself that sigh. Great. Now notice your breath. It may be quite still, it may be quiet. I'd like you for a few breaths to see the inhale and exhale as movement, as energy. Beginning at your root, at your base. So not so much an anatomical thing of air coming in, air going out. A movement of light and energy that we can coordinate with our breath. So at your pelvic floor, at your seat, See a line from there up through your center. Trace a line along there. And when you happen to next inhale, begin at the top. Feel that point just behind the center of the forehead. Breathe in, trace that line down to your pelvic floor, to your root, your seat. And when you happen to exhale, trace that line back up. So just moving down and up on the inhale and exhale, respectively. So you're able to see this energetic line that moves with the rhythm of your breath as you trace it down and up. Inhale, exhale. Allow your senses to become absorbed in this practice. Breathing in and down, out and up. And observe that tracing of the line in and down, out and up. So as we are able to see something, to witness something, we create something with our mind, and then we begin to see it. We begin to witness it. So you create this line in your mind's eye from the midbrain, just behind the center of your forehead, down to the pelvic floor, and then back up. You begin to see it as you breathe in and out. And you are cultivating this capacity to be in the place of witness. To see, to witness, to hold your mind in place. Not only to hold your mind in place, but to witness the ability of your mind to be distracted, to move away from that pointedness. And as the witness, to observe the fluctuations without attachment or criticism, without judgment. To gently take your mind back, as if like a child, taking hold of its hand and gently guiding it in the right direction, into this one pointedness. Now you'll slowly notice movement has become more subtle. The movement up and down have become more subtle, as has your breath. Allow that subtlety to develop. Mhm. And notice, just as if your breath has collected to this, just as if your the energy of your mind, the energy collects in your mind's eye, has also moved into a space in your body, space to reveal itself. It might sense more at your root, your stomach, your heart center, your throat. Maybe it's right at the third eye area, that space behind. So allow that collection of awareness. Then let yourself stay in that place. And now begin to bring yourself back. Take a deep breath in. Rub your palms together, creating a little warmth between your hands. I already feel or sense that there's already been some warmth there built up during your meditation practice. Take that warmth and place your hands over your eyes. Allow that energy, warmth, and healing sensation to flood into your brain. Then take your hands one over the other over the center of your chest. Feel that warmth at your heart center. Take your right hand into a fist, place it below your navel, wrap that hand up with the left, and hinge forward. As you hinge forward, open your eyes, focus on a point on the floor just beneath them, and then lift your gaze back up into the room. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Go grab a cup of coffee and do whatever you need to. I'll see you at 7:35 for some yoga. Bye-bye. Thank you.